Kiners and Kiners Korner coming your way. We have two heroes in the ball game. We have, of course, Ray Knight, who had a home run, along with him, Gary Carter. And the Mets winning by a score of 3-2 in 12 innings. The Mets now with a home record of 14-2. And it all started back on opening day when Gary Carter had a home run to win the ball game in extra innings. And things really breaking for the New York Mets as they picked up a big victory coming from behind to win this one in 12 innings. We'll be back to talk with Gary and also with Ray in just a moment, right after this message from Mitsubishi Motors. They won 3-2 in 12 innings, and Ray Knight, one of the heroes of the ball game. Ray, your first time up, you doubled to right field, but you're having little problems with the balls and strikes called by Lee Wire, right?
Well, Lee's a good umpire, but I've been struggling so much this year, Ralph, and I've started seeing the ball a lot better the last 3 days, and I feel like I have an idea of the strike zone, and I've become more patient at the plate, and when you see pitches that you think are balls, I felt like I knew that they were balls, and he kept calling them strikes. I got a little upset, but sometimes when you get excited is when you start doing something, so I think it was for the best.
Well, that double you got in the second inning came on a 3-2 pitch, and you thought you'd walked in the pitch before, so you got a chance to get a base hit. You'd rather have the base hit than the walk anytime.
No doubt. When you're hitting 150, you don't want to walk too much. You're up there swinging, but that's the way I used to hit the ball. Pitches away, hit the ball to right field, and stay on the ball, and that's the first time I've really driven a ball that way in a long time, and it really felt good.
Well, let's take a look at one that really had to feel good. Ray Knight batting in the 7th inning. A walk to George Foster in a 3-2 pitch. Preceded this blast. And Ray, that ball hit well.
Yeah, it was a fastball just out over the plate. He'd turn over those screwballs or change-up type pitches away all night, and I moved up on the plate and looked in, and he threw me the ball right down the middle, and unfortunately I got a good part of the bat on the ball. And
that tied up the ball game at 2-2 and got us in the extra innings. And Gary Carter, I guess you were looking forward to extra innings. You were getting beat up like I've never seen behind home plate. How many times you get hit by foul tips?
Oh, 8 or 9 times tonight, Ralph. It's just been an unbelievable 2 weeks, starting back when I hurt my ribs, and then the twisted ankle in Cincinnati, and then foul tips galore. But that's just a reflection upon how great our pitching staff is. The hitters are missing a lot of pitches, and they're fouling them straight back, and I'm just taking the bumps and bruises, I guess. It's just one of those things. I'm wondering when it's going to all end, but you know, as everybody has been saying on the ball club, just hang in there, and sure enough, I was able to help contribute for a win tonight.
You got hit in the mask 4 times by foul tips. Let me talk a little bit about the fact that they were pitching you outside throughout the ball game, and of course you beat out a base hit for a bunt. And your second time up, sort of trying to pick up a base hit. It was a good play. You were leading off the inning.
Well, I've had a little bit of trouble with Dave LaPointe. He's got that screwball or changeup or whatever it is, and as Ray was saying, and I don't know what it is about him, but he's got outstanding arm motion with it. And I've had my troubles over the years with Dave LaPointe, and I just figured, what the heck, you know, Brown is playing way back, and I figured, what the heck, I'll just lay one down, see what I can do out of it, bad leg, bad ankle and all, and see what happens. And fortunately, I was able to get it down the line and beat it out. But it was just a well-played ball game all the way around, and Ray came through with the big homer to tie the game, and it was just another complete team effort. And our pitching has come through. Ronnie Darling threw another outstanding game, and Jesse Orozco and another couple of tight situations came through with some big Ks, getting Chili Davis and then Chris Brown on the strikeout 3-2 pitch, and it was just it was a great ball game to watch and also to play in. And you know, the continuing the winning trend here at home, 14-2 is just fantastic. So I just hope it keeps on the roll here, Ralph.
Well, you got it going when you got it going in the 12th inning. Were you trying to go the opposite way with this base hit?
Well, I've been pulling off a lot of pitches, and I guess I've been one to be struggling lately, and I give a lot of credit to Bill Robinson and the rest of the coaching staff. They've been helping me, and I've been struggling and trying to force myself to keep my shoulder in there. There's Billy giving me a hug there, because he's been working with me so much to keep the shoulder down, and I've been pulling off a lot of balls and just missing them, hitting them off the end of the bat. And in that particular situation, Greltz threw the first pitch down, and the second one was a slider, I think, out over the plate away from me, and all I could concentrate on trying to do was not hit into the double play, but try and drive it the opposite field, and I got it up over Trio, and the run scored.
And that's how the Mets won the ball game. Well, Gary, congratulations on another game winner. That's your 5th.
Thank you very much, Ralph. It was a pleasure.
And Ray, congratulations on your first home run of the year. Big one.
Thank you, Ralph. Thank you.
Ray Knight and Gary Carter. We'll return in just a moment to take a look at the highlights of the ball game and also the scores right after this message from NatWest USA. 4 and lost none in extra inning ball games, and they have won 23 of their last 24 extra inning ball games. Fantastic record, and certainly one of the reasons why the Mets are in first place this year and why they finished in good condition last year. Highlights of the ball game at the top of the first. Dan Gladden beat out a bunt single, and then on a hit-and-run play, Gladden at first base, the ball hit out to right center field. Mookie loses the ball. Gladden comes all the way around to score from first base, and the Giants are leading by a score of 1-0. In the top of the fifth inning, with 1 out, Green doubles into right field, and David Green goes into second base with that 2-base hit. Ball fielded back in, and with Green on at second base, Jose Uribe singles in the left center field, scoring Green, and the Giants are leading by a score of 2-0. Uribe getting his first base hit against the New York Mets after coming over the Giants from St. Louis. Now in the top of the seventh inning, with runners at first and third, this double play gets Darling out of trouble and keeps the score at 2-0. Here's Ray Knight with his blast into left center field. Runner on base was George Foster, who had walked in a 3-2 pitch, and Ray Knight with his first home run of the year, and that ties up the ball game at 2-2. Ray coming through with a big base hit right there. In the bottom of the 12th inning, Wally Backman hits this ball to left field. Jeff Leonard in left field appears to lose it in the lights. The ball is dropped, and it goes as an error with Backman on at first base with 1 man out. The next batter is Keith Hernandez. Hernandez singles to left field, and Backman goes into second base as Leonard gets the ball back into the infield quickly. But in the bottom of the 12th, with Carter up, this is the way the Mets won it by a score of 3-2. Carter hits it in the right center field. Hernandez behind Backman doesn't score, but Backman scores, and the Mets have the victory in 12 innings as Carter gets his 5th game-winning RBI. So the Mets coming up with an outstanding game here in the opening game of a 10-game homestand. We'll be back with the scores in just a moment, right after this message from Texaco.